All right, Nyghtstorm Nation. I got the man of the hour on the phone with me. He is a Facebook legend with hordes of folks listening to his advice on everything from kids to chicks to dating and all kind of stuff and dealing with drama. I got my friend, the man mountain himself, Apex Jackson. What's up, man?
What's going on, YG? I don't know if I'm on that, but I'll try.
Hey man,
What's going on?
Hey man, I be seeing how your Facebook page be blowing up with all the topics you be talking about, and I appreciate your humility. But as your friend, dog, it's my honor and pleasure to tell the truth about you, man. You just your stuff off the chain, man.
Oh man, all I can do is say I appreciate that, man. I really do. But you, as long as you've known me, you know I'm just me. So hey, apparently we're doing something right. 20 plus years now, so.
20 plus years, that's right. So since I know you so well, man, I had to ask you about this thing. Now, me and Toby, we've been talking about when folk get in relationships and they done found they sweetie. They done found they honey. They done found the chick they want to chill with. They done found the dude they want to grind with. But there's one caveat. They don't like their children, or the children don't like them. So with one example, I will tell you, sir, and I would like to get your opinion on this. We had a young lady who had just gotten divorced, maybe about 6 months ago. She found her a nice new guy, Apex, okay? And he was cool, and she would call me all the time. Oh, he done took me to dinner. Oh, he done bought me this. Oh, he's so wonderful. But when she finally, Apex, introduced Mr. Right to her kids, all hell broke loose, dog. Okay? Hell broke loose. The kids didn't like him because they said he wasn't hard enough, that he wore suits and ties, and that he was a Poindexter, that he wasn't street, he wasn't a thug, he wasn't a rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she was kind of caught, Apex, in a position. She was perplexed, okay? She said, should I let my man go who loved me, and even though my kids get on his nerves, he still take care of them, unlike my baby daddy? He the one sponsoring them with shoes and clothes, and they calling them all kind of sellout. What do I do? Do I leave him for my kids, or do I stay with him? So I already know what I said to a dog, but I want your opinion, Mr. Apex, on this one.
All right. Jeez. All right. I'm listening. Okay, just from what I gathered from what you said, if they're calling them sellouts and Poindexters and he's not hard enough and he's not gangster enough, how old are these kids?
Okay, these kids are ranging. Okay, it reminds me of the Boondocks. Okay, like Huey and his little brother, they range from 8, 12, and 14. Okay, and these little kids think they know all about the street, but they live in the suburbs, ain't never seen the hood, but they live in the suburbs, and they say, this dude ain't gangster, so.
Right. Okay, well, that pretty much settles that right there. For me, and the advice I would give her, I would tell her she needs to keep that relationship, and at this point, she needs to redefine motherhood with her kids, because they don't like this guy. Well, the reason that they don't like this guy is not for anything bad. It's not like he was, they think he's bad for her, or he was bothering them, or, they just get that bad vibe.
Mm-hmm.
They're just living, they're just living in that video generation. So unless Flocka comes to the door, they're not going to be satisfied. And that's just crazy. But he's not hard and he's not gangster. Yeah, somebody, that's when parenting comes in and says, well, you're not really supposed to have hard gangsters as parents. I mean, that may be, somebody's situation. And, I'm not discrediting anybody who has that situation, but even the people in that situation, it's something they became out of a necessity, not out of a choice. No one woke up and said, hey, I want to be a gangster and have kids. and raise them as this gangster life. At least I hope not. At least not for your listeners. I hope not. That's not the case. But yeah, for me, if my kids didn't like you, and I'm trying to date you, I would have to I would have to ask myself, okay, how old are my kids, and what is their reason for not liking them? Because if the reason is valid, Dad, she has another boyfriend, or her kids go to my school, and it's just this and the third, that kind of thing. If it's that kind of thing, I'll listen and I might take it into consideration, but the end decision is mine. But my kids would have to have an extremely good reason, because at the end of the day, and I hate saying at the end of the day, you're going to do what I say do. Mm-hmm. That's how that story is. You're going to do what I say do.
Exactly. And I want to hit you with one more thing, because, at Nyghtstorm's All Action New Talk, me and Tobin, we hear some of everything, on the different topics that we do, but we got bombarded with another one. And somebody sent us an email, and I'm not going to mention their name because I don't want to embarrass them, but it was a legitimate question. And it was from a young man, and he's about 27 years old. Good guy, blue collar working. He said go to work every day. He works really hard. He don't make a lot of money, but he makes sure he take care of his girlfriend. But his daughter said that she don't like his girlfriend for one particular reason. And this reason was her friends kind of snuck into a club underage, tried to be some strippers, and she saw her daddy's girlfriend up on the pole twerking.
Okay. All right.
So, and she has gone to her father and said, do you know your girlfriend be twerking it on the stage and dudes be making it rain on her? And he said, yes. So why you got this woman in our house, Daddy? I don't like her. So on this particular situation, we got a young lady. First of all, she snuck into a club. She was trying herself to be a stripper. Okay, she was trying to be a stripper. Okay, we ain't even gonna talk about that, because that kind of got glossed over. Okay, but she's mad because Daddy is dating a woman that she wants to be. So
right, okay, yeah, that's kind of twist. Hold on, wait a minute. You said this guy is 27 or 37?
He's 27 years old. I said it right.
He's 27 and he has a daughter old enough to sneak into a club and twerk?
I said it right. I read the email. It said 27. Okay. So maybe he had the kid young. Hey, that's not me to judge. I don't know.
Hey, see, okay, that's why I was going with it. If he's 27 and has a teenage daughter, that goes back. Well, one part of that is, parents are getting younger and younger, and the kids are turning out dumber and dumber. That is just, because, geez, dude, come on, you got a 16-year-old, you're 27, you had this baby at, 11, 10, something? Anyway, but,
like I said, I don't know. I ain't judging.
But if that's the case, you're going to have to look at why her morals are the way they are. Mm-hmm. And part of that is because you're in the range of age of being her brother rather than her father. So the respect level is probably, suffering because of that. Shouldn't have to suffer, but because the reality is some people have children that young. But you need to be a clearly defined father versus, a friend, a brother, a homie.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the woman not liking what the woman does for a living, that's really none of her business. And, just to go back to the first example right quick, any choice that the parent is going to make, ultimately the children are going to go along with it. And I was going to say this, it really depends on their age. Like I have a 17-year-old and a 5-year-old. Mm-hmm. If my 17-year-old didn't like someone, I'd have to find out. I'd have to figure out why. Mm-hmm. But also, if his reason isn't valid enough, I'm like, well, you've got another year of school, then you're gone. So you just have to kind of get over that.
Right.
My 5-year-old, if her reason is basically, if any of her reasons basically boil down to because it's not her mommy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She had to get over it. Dad is wrong. You just do it. You go back to what I said. You're going back to what I said. You just gonna do what I say.
You're gonna do what I say.
She hasn't done anything wrong. Now if it's woman looks at me weird, she treats me mean when you're not around. That kind of thing. Okay, now I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm investigating. But no, man. When the parents are dating someone other than the other parent, find out the reason why. That's basically my bottom line. Find out the reason why. If the other person, like the second example, if the woman is twerking, if she's working at strokers or whatever, or some level, I'm sorry. That's really neither here nor there.
Right.
That's just what she does. That means she's a bad person. And if that's all you know about the person, that's not enough for me. If it were me, I would be like, if this is all you know about them, that's not enough for me to get rid of them.
Right.
Tell me that they're doing something bad.
Right.
And destructive to me or you or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It can't just be, well, this is where she works.
Now, I agree with that. And this was my advice to him, okay, because I did write him back. Because, I do read all the emails that we be getting. And even though Toby and I, we kind of look at each other and be like, okay, I said this to him, and I'm sure you can appreciate this, Apex, because you've known me for a long time. Okay?
Absolutely.
I was very transparent with this young man. And I said, you know something? Strippers get a bad rep. Okay? Because just because you're a stripper don't mean you're a bad person. And I myself, I can't judge strippers because when I was in high school, I was a stripper. I was just being real, keeping it real. I wore a mask and a cape, and, like I was Zorro, and I got out there, and I shook my butt and I twerked something, I'm just saying, to make some extra money. But I'm still a proud father of 7 children.
Okay.
And at that time, I had some financial challenges. Now, I don't advocate that everybody get out there and shake their butt. I don't advocate that. But I will.
Just to interrupt right quick, I kind of don't advocate you describing it in detail. Since I do know you like that, I kind of don't want that visual, in and out of my head right now.
Okay, I feel you.
And capes on. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, my brother, I feel you. Okay, so we gonna expedite that fat pass. Okay, but I will say this.
Okay, go ahead. Okay,
because I know a lot of my listeners pretty much don't want to see that. My wife don't mind, but she ain't talking right now. But I'm gonna say this. Right. I had to let him know. I said just the fact that you have accepted this young lady into your life, and you know what she does. So obviously she's been upfront with you with how she's making her money, okay? And you all have had a discussion on how she worked, how you work, and you still bringing her in. It had absolutely nothing to do with anything that she was doing on being abusive to his child. It was his child's moral opinion on his girlfriend. Even though the child was to be an aspiring stripper, she saw something that she disapproved of as a parental figure. So, basically, I said, look, just like you said, your house is your house. And you tell your daughter you love her very, very much. But this is the woman that you are in love with. And as long as she is not being abusive to you and treating you in any kind of way or threatening your life and your livelihood in any kind of way, then, sweetheart, I love you, but it's none of your damn business. Okay?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. So he was fine with that, but like I said, as far as the other example with the first young lady, and I told her that obviously some parenting issues are there because the fact that they see gangster rappers as role models and that's what life is all about. I said, sweetheart, you have maybe mishandled some things with your kids. So they need to understand what reality is. This is a real man stepping through the door. This is a grown man stepping through the door. And he's taking care of you, and he's taking care of them. And whoever the father is, she said, because the father was a gangster. He sagged his pants all the time. He smoked all the time. He just didn't care and he didn't want to be around them because they were getting in his way. I said, that's the image that left you. That's the image that abandoned you. The image that's walking in the door now, tell them children, shut up and learn to appreciate the fact that someone outside of your father is trying to take care of you and them, that they are benefiting off of his hard work. So basically, shut up and ain't none of your damn business. So
pretty much. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
And I got to say this on the other side. These kids were used to their dad. So it goes back to what I was saying. You're basically it's not daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And see that right there is not enough for. That should not be enough for her to give up on this guy. Because daddy's not coming back, obviously.
No, he's not.
Or if he was, there'll be something that works. But the thing is that has come and gone. That relationship is over. That just needs to be explained. It all needs to be a discussion. But I understand what you're used to, but this is not the case. This is what I like.
Right.
I'm not dating somebody for y'all. I'm dating somebody for me. And until something is wrong between y'all that is valid, I'm going to keep going this route. And if the ages are ranging from 8 to 14, again, you're just going to do what I say.
That's basically
how do you feel about it? I'll talk to you, but ultimately, it'll be all right.
Okay, well, Apex, I want to tell you this, sir. With everybody that I have on Nyghtstorm's Our Action New Talk, Toby and I, we research folks. And we like to get people on who are actually helping people in the community and being transparent and just honestly helping folks with good, sound choices. And, sir, I know you might not think you qualify sometimes, especially with some of the things you talk about on the round table on Facebook. But I would tell you this. There is an appreciation for men like yourself who are honest with their feelings and who say what needs to be said, regardless if it hurts people's feelings or not. So, I want folks to know where to find you at on Facebook so they can join you in these intriguing conversations. So, where you at on Facebook, dog?
Well, quite simply, it's Apex Jackson, and then put either be grown folks table. And, that's what I call my page. If you have fragile feelings, you might want to sit this one out. Because we talk extremely real over there. But it's Apex, www.facebook.com/Apex Jackson, grown folks.
Grown folks. So when you writing the book, man? When you gonna break down and write the damn book about the grown folks table? When is it gonna happen? Why you robbing the world of your knowledge, man? When you writing the book, dog?
Man, let me tell you. All right, look. When I get enough time, because Massa got me clocking in on 2 different plantations. I'm picking cotton and sugarcane.
Oh no!
So I come home sticky and furry. You know what I mean? So when I get a chance, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I know the good political thing is to say I'm afraid about it, but I'm not. But the thing is, I'm just gonna start writing.
Okay.
And when I do, trust you'll be the first to know.
Well,
other than whoever sitting here writing it with me, but other than that, man, if a book is to come, trust me, you'll know.
Okay, well,
hell, you'll probably be the subject of a couple of these posts that I had.
Well, sir, I want to tell you this. As a longtime friend, man, you're a great man. You are a great father. And I want to thank you for all the wonderful talks that we've had over the years. And, sir, I want to tell Nyghtstorm Nation, I consider you one of my heroes. And thank you so much for just coming on the show with your realism, dog, and letting the world know who the hell Apex Jackson is. Thank you, bro.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Much love. And tell Toby, I need something to eat.
Oh my God, man, you ain't gonna get me shot.
Hey, look, tell her, I don't need no Publix chicken or nothing like that. I need some food. Okay. When I come see y'all again, you know, just have me a bowl of carrots and some meat. It doesn't need to be garnished, and it doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to be done. It needs to be done soon.